During my ongoing research in this virtual world, my girlfriend had told me of her experience with Second Life, which only increased my awareness of how getting too comfortable. Apparently, during college, her friend started playing Second Life and quickly became obsessed with its freedom and limitless possibilities. Soon she was playing day and night with lessening regards for the real world. Shortly after the obsession started, she dropped out of college, seldom visiting her college friends. She found herself enjoying the role-playing game Gore, where she was a slave to a single master. Her acceptance of the safety of the mask helped develop a virtual relationship that began to blur the lines of reality. She found herself becoming more and more exposed in a world of role-play and relationships. She even engaged in virtual sex with her master regularly. By feeling safe in the mask's anonymity, she began to expose herself and ultimately tried to pursue a real-world relationship founded on Gorgian roleplay. Luckily, this situation did not materialize, but the girl still rarely visited her friends and often ignored them to instead live in a life of Second Life. Because she was comfortable exposing herself in a virtual world, this girl tainted her relationships and affected her own real-world personality. Just as I had come to realize with my own mask, Dancing with Sweetheart, this story reinforced just how easy it is to get too comfortable in a virtual world. After listening to my girlfriend's story, I was fully aware of the vulnerabilities of letting my real-world life spill over into a virtual world interaction. So when I found myself being approached by what was a 29-year-old woman from Mexico, a red flag immediately went up. Here was a complete stranger asking me where I was from and how old I was within 2 minutes of meeting me. Earlier, the mask allowed me to feel at ease dancing with Sweetheart, a stranger in a virtual world. However, after experiencing the freedoms of the mask and learning of how dangerous those can be from my girlfriend, I was conscious of the potential effects now. I ended up averting the conversation and leaving the situation rather quickly. With interactions like this, a firm understanding of the dangers of the mask is the best way to ensure that I didn't overexpose myself to any unfavorable situations. I think people put on the mask for various reasons. Some see it as an opportunity to do things and express themselves in ways they never could in real life. Others, like my girlfriend's friend, saw it as a way to escape their current life's downfalls and start over. Still others see it as a harmless way to redefine themselves in new ways that often leads them to unimaginable directions. In my experience with the mask, I saw avatars that assumed the role of vampires and felt very comfortable asking if they could bite me. I also found myself talking with naked dancers on a nude beach who didn't have a care in the world. It all seemed a bit strange to me how easily users allowed themselves to live a life without personal boundaries. But maybe that is exactly what users are looking for. A place where they can escape the restrictions imposed by fears and seemingly endless social norms. For all of the potential dangers associated with exposing oneself in a virtual world, one can learn a lot from experiencing these unique social interactions. My first experience with Second Life was spawned from a simple class project. Now that I have come full circle and am sharing what I've learned, I can clearly see the unique angles of learning that can be achieved through this social microscope. Personally, I think educators should encourage in-world experience because it offers unique situations that would otherwise be impossible to reference. Understanding the mask and allowing students to become familiar with it in their own ways creates a unique learning tool that can be shaped to teach each student differently. Some students may realize instantly how serious exposing themselves to the strange avatar can be, while others may need to reflect on many different interactions in Second Life to learn the effects of the mask. No matter what the assignment or the student's approach to this type of environment, I feel it is a great advantage to be able to allow the student to reflect on her unique adventures and draw larger conclusions from them. As with my project, these adventures often lead to stimulating discussion topics and in many cases can reveal lessons on a more personal level.